I was just looking at something. And I was saying to myself, like this, like this generation here. I keep seeing people saying like this generation here is screwed up and messed up and stuff like that. But if you really like sit down and think about it, we created this generation. So what I don't understand is when people say that it's like let's just observe this for a minute, right? Whenever we did this, because most of these new people that's coming out is roughly between like the age of like 18 to about 20 something, and this generation itself is like 40. So that means a lot of these new generation comes from us. So I look at the fact when people say that this generation have no morals, this generation have no respect, have no nothing. But if it comes from us, so they only seeing what a reflection of what they see, because some generations came up with a different era, of different men, and they got different everything going on with this. But my biggest question is how this happened. I seen a young little homie, pulled him to the side, talk to him. Like what's wrong with the simple fact? And little homie told me something that kind of it really got me thinking. You know what I'm saying? He was like, the reason why a lot of us do what we do and act the way we act, cause we ain't never had no love. We ain't never had nothing. And the little homie, he know me, I know him. You know what I'm saying? They all know what I did with my sons, and he respect what I did with my sons and everything. And the thing that the little homie really, really, really made me like pull him, hugged him, man. Look, I told him, I whispered in his, man, I love you, man. Like, don't you think that just because other people don't love you, that I love all my little homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the biggest part, because it's like us as the OGs or whatever, we really and truly forgot to tell the other little homies that, look, man, I love you, man. You don't need to do that. Move this way. So eventually what they did, they learned how to get money on their own. They learned all these other things on their own, and they didn't really have a father figure in their life, and they didn't really have uncles and stuff that they could do. I came from an era, you know what I'm saying? You can't really fault who it is. Some people can get out their environment and some can't. I can't say it's all on them, because we got to take our part in it as well too, because a lot of these little kids that's coming up, we should have been doing a little bit better to guide them into a way where they know like right and wrong, because now a lot of them, they stuck in their ways, like we stuck in our ways, they stuck in their ways, and it's going to be harder to try to break them out that cycle when they so busy used to being in that cycle. I just feel like it's just sad, man, because it's like I understand what a lot of these little kids going through, man. And like for me, like I didn't have those options of what some of them going through, so I had to make a future for myself, and it's hard trying to climb up that ladder to do things, especially when you got little education, a little everything. It is harder. So it's like, if you got something to try to make it more easier for you, that's the route you're going to take. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that this generation, it's they acting out on something. Because you gotta think, if you look at back when we was coming up, you still had grandpa, you still had some of your uncles. You know what I'm saying? Now when we step in to be the uncles, to be the grandpas, whatever, a lot of us, we was forced to go in the oil field. We was forced to do stuff that we don't normally do. to make ends meet. And some get out and some don't. You know, I know a lot of partners that I had jail or dead. You know, it's a very few that actually can be out and doing something successful. So I just want to talk. I don't really believe that this generation is all bad as we saying it. Because if they came from us, there's a lot of us that's not bad. A lot of us are good. We just got to learn how to pull these little kids together and tell them, look, I love you. Need help? Come. And I think some of that will change a little bit. That being said, y'all have a good one. Peace.